that gorgeous? Did you realize that earthing, tree hugging, getting in the blue zone, acts of kindness, and gratefulness were immune boosters? I love it. And that's just in keeping with the Global Wellness Day theme for this year to support mental health, immunity, nutrition, fitness, love, and compassion. So now let's travel across the country to Palm Beach County, Florida, and Amrit Ocean Resort and Residences. This is a wellness resort that's about to open on pristine Singer Island. Imagine a place with one tower called Peace and the other called Happiness. It's actually a place for people that people can go who are afraid they might have sacrificed their health to get to their wealth. So Amrit brings together Eastern philosophy with Western technology, and they put together a team of wellness experts. We get to talk to two of them today. The first is Dr. Alan Bauman. He's the hair doc for Amrit's new Scalp Spa. Why Dr. Bauman? Well, he's a board certified hair restoration expert. In fact, Forbes magazine called him one of the top 10 CEOs transforming healthcare. And he was called the #1 top hair restoration surgeon by Aesthetic magazine. Now, he's treated nearly 20,000 people, done 8,000 hair transplants. But what if you don't have any problem with your hair? What if you don't think it applies to you? Well, listen to how many millions of men and women a year have suffered major hair loss, especially in times of stress. And think about when was the last time you gave your scalp some love. Join me when I ask Dr. Bauman why we should. Welcome to Global Wellness Day from South Florida. It's time to say yes with Dr. Alan Bauman. We're so thrilled to have him. He's the resident hair and scalp expert for the Amrit Ocean Resort and Residences in Singer Island, Palm Beach County, Florida. Dr. Bauman, welcome today.
Great to be here with you, Kim. Very exciting.
Well, we're going to do something unique. We're going to talk about hair and scalp tips because stress is everywhere, especially in 2020. So let's jump right into it. How prevalent do you think is the problem of hair loss with human beings, Dr. Bauman?
Yeah, so hair loss is a big problem. Here in the United States, almost 100 million Americans are suffering from hair loss. About 50 million men and at least 30 to 40 million women are dealing with some degree of hair loss. And think about it, the hair follicles are sitting right there in the scalp. And so if you don't have a healthy scalp, gosh, you're not going to grow good, healthy hair. So scalp is a big part of it.
So that's what I wanted to say. I think scalp is one of the unsung heroes of self-care. How important is the scalp to hair health?
Scalp is critical, and you are right. It is the unseen frontier that really is where the follicles are embedded in the scalp. So you have to have a good, healthy scalp in order to have good, healthy hair growth. There's a lot of things that can go wrong at the level of the scalp. Just think about your regular skin. And you have to treat your scalp like skin because it is, if there's inflammation, if there's itching, if there's some kind of disruption, that can definitely impact the hair follicle. And that's not going to be good for hair growth.
No, and we all need to give our scalp some love. Give us some signs of hair loss. What are some ways we know we're suffering from it besides just losing it on our pillows?
Yeah, so aside from the shedding, obviously you can see some loss of coverage. So the part line is going to get wider. Maybe you see more scalp shining through. A receding hairline is common in both men and women. But if you have some scalp symptoms, oily, dry, flaky scalp, your scalp is trying to tell you something, that it needs a little bit of extra TLC.
Well, you are a board certified hair restoration expert. So tell us, will hair ever grow back if you do experience hair loss, do you think?
Well, absolutely. I mean, look, when you have hair loss, the follicle is not dead and gone forever. Usually it's just turning off. So hair follicles will normally cycle on and cycle off over time. If you have inflammation or a stress condition, you can shed out a lot of hair. That's called telogen effluvium. If you have some scalp inflammation that's triggered by a stressful situation, again, the follicle is going to react and it's going to get a weaker, thinner, wispier hair growing there. So the good news is that there's a lot of things that we can do to diminish those risks and to stimulate those hair follicles to grow the best quality hair that you can. Because that's what makes you look good and feel great, when your hair is doing well. you're going to feel good about that.
That's so true. And you know, when you look up on the internet, you can see that there are some tips for keeping hair healthy, like have protein in every meal, lean beef, fish, beans, nuts, feed your silica with bananas, beer, green beans, oats, raisins. Minerals are a must, soybeans, lentils, mushrooms, sunflower seeds, almonds, potatoes, and biotin. Now, you, though, are the expert. What other tips can you give us to keep our hair and scalp healthy?
Yeah, so we've got to go beyond nutrition and other things that will help our bodies deal with the stress and perhaps inflammation that's going on. Mindfulness, of course, is a big part of it, and relaxation and exercise and all of that to keep those stress hormones down to a lower level. But the good news, there's other things you can do at home. Non-chemical therapies like low-level light laser therapy come in a variety of different shapes and sizes today, not just on the consumer side, but physicians have, for example, the turbo laser cap. That's just 5 minutes a day with no drugs, no side effects. And those devices last many, many, many years. Some of them have lifetime warranties. So those are really, really good. You could also use great technology like growth factors. And those are biologic, non-drug treatments that literally come out of bioengineering laboratories now, essentially doing kind of a virtual PRP, which if anybody's heard of platelet-rich plasma, that's the kind of treatments that we do in the office, derived from the patient's own blood to leverage out the growth factors from the platelets and re-inject them back into the scalp. Well, don't try that at home. You don't want to get out your salad spinner and a test blood, but you can use these growth factors called virtual PRP, and they come from a laboratory in California, and you combine that with laser light, good nutraceuticals for stem cell support, and you've got an at-home treatment that rivals what we do in the office, which is really, really
Wow.
nice. Of course, you mentioned good foods and nutritions. We have specific supplements aside from biotin. You could use something like Nutrafol or Viviscal Pro, and even the Bauman MD vitamins are really, really good for healthy hair growth and such. But if you have a hair loss or a scalp problem, you need to really see a physician. So we do recommend that you connect with a physician if you have a scalp problem. We've launched our new at-home telehair program, which is telehair.net, and we can connect you with a scalp expert, myself, or a trichologist, whatever you might need to really start rectifying that situation without the office visit in this day and age. So
Well, we
that's
are
what
all
we would
about
recommend.
wellness, and I'm so tickled that at the Amrit Ocean Resort and Residences, they have a whole health coaching, healthy hair coaching program. And I see that the steps are purifying, rebalancing, soothing, even treating hair loss. So that's kind of a new gig. Are we going to see that, do you think, in the future of spas?
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, the scalp is the hidden frontier. It's the time to treat your scalp like skin, because it is. And so if there's inflammation, toxins and such, get that cleared up. Stimulate the follicles for healthy hair regrowth at the spa, at the salon. It's going to be a combination of kind of a scalp spa type treatment, all based in the science of trichology. And now that's not a tricycle that you're going to be riding in the circus. Trichology is the study of hair and scalp, and the specific measurements like pH level, moisture level, sebum level. That's what's going to help us determine exactly what kind of treatment to provide for you from that beautiful menu that you just mentioned, to get that scalp healthy and the hair growth beautiful and healthy and voluminous as well.
So just in the last couple seconds we have, we should massage our scalp like we massage any other part of our body. Get in there, make it feel good, right? Um,
Oh, absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
let me just say, it was a thrill today. We're all working from home. Thanks for putting up with my dogs, but this is reality today. And so we're sharing tips for happy, healthy hair and scalp. And Dr. Bauman, thank you for saying yes to wellness. We appreciate it.
My pleasure, Kim. Great to be with you.
Happy Global Wellness Day.
You too.